All right, for those of you following narrative, I figured out what the issue was, and it was my status app running. It was my status app running on the same port. So, Claude helped. And this view does not help anyone with anything. Alright, that's somewhat better. Alright. So, we need to now what we're doing is using scaffold ETH, and we have made so we're going to hello. All right, we're gonna adjusting everything now. So we are going to code with Claude and scaffold ETH 2, some sort of game, and we had an issue with one of the ports being in use and me not able to we figured out what the issue was, and we are good to go now. So we have a bunch of commands that we need to run to get the local blockchain going and deploy the initial contract, and then we'll get to the fun part. But I will remind everyone that the objective today in this country is to one-shot a game. And there's a lot of work that will go into that one shot, so we're not going to just willy-nilly dip our Puzzo into an unknown pond. We're going to compile as much as we can into the context window and then one-shot it. Help me out with liking and sharing and spreading this around, whether you're watching this later or live, as we're just getting things going and growing, and we are constantly learning. And by I mean the royal we. But you can be along for the ride, and we want to deploy this to Arbitrum if everything goes well. We're using Scaffold ETH. If you've used Scaffold ETH before, then you will be familiar with the startup ritual that is Yarn Chain to deploy the local blockchain, and that looks like it's going well, and all of these new addresses are created. And now, I'm trying to get things actually useful here. Now we do yarn deploy or deploy, not deploy, that won't work, but deploy. And let me know if you can see everything here, folks, because I want to make sure you can see the commands. And that worked. Okay, the third terminal we need to open is our React server. Or a node server rather, and we do or whatever. Dude, fucking whatever. Oh, I cursed in the first couple minutes. There goes our algo favoritism. We're changing directory to chairs table. Today's date. Chairs table. No, come on. Chairs. Well, it's not chairs. Chairs. Table. Today's date. Super duper fun time. Yarn start. Let's see how long that takes. What the most fun thing about vibe coding is you don't need to open up a code editor. It's fun. All right, let's see what the local host has in store for us. Just how local and hosty they might be. How warm. How warm is your host? No one is pork. This is a market for decentralized forms of pork. Please let me know how things are looking, sounding, and otherwise in the chat. I can see the chat. I appreciate your feedback. We are in a growth phase in terms of a local setup, and I want to be vibe coding more frequently. So we're locking things in. Your feedback is appreciated. So the React is reacting in a React sort of way. And as we wait for React to react, this is a market for decentralized forms of pork. I will change the song as such. Yes, when I turn on the camera, all hell breaks loose in terms of my performance on my machine. Maybe this will be better. Now, I suspect if I turn my camera off, that things will run faster, but there will be far fewer views. As for some reason, people want to see people's faces. Where do I just? Oh, there I go. Disappear behind the ears somewhere. Things are loading. I can see it. I can see it. I promise that things will move beyond this loading phase at some point. This is Chair's Table. I am Chair. I'm here to prop me up by sharing this. As this loads, I need to get something. I'll be right back. Oh, no, it fucking loaded. Okay, so this is Scaffold ETH. Cannot connect to local provider. I did run an yarn chain. It's running right there. You can see it. Oh, now it went away. What are these two issues already? Method.eth accounts failed. Interesting. All right, we're gonna run the no camera test here. I suspect this is a local resources thing, and if we really can't run Scaffold ETH while we stream, this is this is exactly the type of research that we were looking to do here. And interestingly enough, it looks like my machine might be too anemic. You know what the other issue might be is that the front end, yep, I'm almost positive that's what it is. So I'm going to stop the local server here. So earlier, I'll stop the local blockchain. So earlier, we're going to get status. I mean, I'll just open a new window because this is ugly. So earlier, I ran into an issue where I found out that my status app was conflicting with an endpoint, and I had to change the localhost URL to a non-default one. For hard hat. But I suspect that the front end is not... What the fuck is all of this? Oh, this is the deploy contract. I suspect the front end isn't aware of it. Okay. So, earlier we had to update the hard hat endpoint due to a conflict with an app running on my machine. I suspect that the front end is now not interacting correctly. As a result, please inspect. Oh shit. Please run the appropriate commands: yarn chain, yarn start, yarn deploy, etc. And observe the errors on the front end. Then create an action plan for me to review how to fix this issue. Now, that's a not great command, but or prompt, but it dawns on me that I could just close the app that I'm running. But I guess this is fun in a way to debug this. And the other is I don't want to close that app. Do you understand? So let's see. I can see the issue. Your hard hat config shows the local host network is set to blah, but the front end is using the default. Well, my suspicion was correct. If only I knew how to actually fix all my suspicions. All right, I'll be right back as this does things. I'll tell you what, folks, it's going to be a minute, and I'll let Claude proceed, and I hope that you guys can actually see what he's doing here. Or she, rather. My Claude is she. Yes, can don't ask again. So this is going to be a fun resource. Let's see how many tokens this goes. I will be right back, folks. Enjoy the terminal. Hello. Sorry about that, folks. What is Claude asking? What does Claude want this time? Thank you for sitting at Chair's table. Claude is helping us run a different port for Hardhat local blockchain. Because we had to update because I have a different app running that I don't want to close. The ultimate goal of all of this is to deploy a game on Arbitrum. The length of this stream will depend entirely on our rhythm of success with Claude and your participation. I need at least one fucking message in the chat. All right. I need something to put on the screen, at least. Leave me completely empty. We're live on YouTube and X and Twitch. So the choice is yours. The choice very much is yours. That's not the way. How about this? This all sucks. How about this? That's better, I guess. All right. It's good enough. It's good enough. Okay, we have an action plan, and the action plan, WAGMI config, which defaults to that, but your Hardhat node is on the hard-coded with well, that's not easy. It requires 2 file changes. Is that a con? Is doing something a con? Doing anything at all is a con. Option 2. Yeah, no, let's just fucking do option 1. I don't even want to see option 2. Define a custom localhost chain. No. More complex, cons more complex, need to maintain. Yeah, no, let's fucking definitely not do that. Option 1, homie. Option 1, please. Please implement option 1. You know, so this is all before the one shot. This is just to get things working locally with, again, scaffold ETH 2 for twice the fun. And the reason we're doing it is because what I said a minute ago. We are changing. Interesting. I don't know if that's going to work, but let's see what Claude comes up with. I guess I never know if it's going to work. Oh, the one thing I wanted to get, I didn't get. Hold on, I'll be right back again. can't wait to get to the fun part. So the context window that we were looking to fill. What's happening? What's happening? Front end is now running. So it claims. So we should see the contract data and all of that. Hopefully this is clean enough. Now I didn't check. Perhaps I should have. If the LLM's full is available. What? It's in the cursor. Cat cursor. I don't know what's in there. Yeah, that ain't it, yo. Vim LM, what do they call it? They call it something. Oh, they do call it something. I need to update I didn't realize this wasn't in there. Which you can see is far more robust. Wait, but what do they call LLMs -full .text? Let's get it in there, yo. How many lines is this? Holy moly, that's a few more than that's a few more, isn't it? All right, now here's my concern. Examine all the changes in the repo via Git and compare to the instructions in LLMs -full .text to ensure they are aligned with the standards set there. Create a report with your findings and include an update plan if you find that updates are necessary. All right. Let's hope that there's no updates necessary so we can get to the one-shot constructing otherwise. All right. Lots of areas of concern here. All right. The change followed the documented pattern. Okay, areas of concern, inconsistent port configuration. Okay. Based on analysis, recommend plan. Option 1, revert to standard benefits. Revert to standard. Oh, fucking A. All right. You know what? Fine. This is what you get. This is what. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even see that. I don't even know what the fuck. I did something off stream here that well, it's all over. What we're gonna do now is just completely nuke everything. We're just going to nuke Superdot Funtime out of existence. Famous. Because I have now closed the app that was conflicting and would just make life easy because and it is done. So now we do npx create something that was a long time ago. Control R, npx create ETH latest. Do we just use that Chainlink one? No, let's just go. Oh, the music started to suck. It was good for a while. Project name Super Fun Time 2. Hard hat. Thank you for watching. For those of you that are, please like and share wherever you are. We're on YouTube and X and Twitch. I am reinstalling Scaffold ETH 2. If you've been with us the whole time, you know what a journey it has been. Oh, but I shouldn't close that because I need that. And what is that? No, don't. Why is that even? It's not even a thing. That's not even a thing. So this is really the magic 2,000 lines of instructions for Claude, which we'll be using for the vibe coding. Scaffoldeth.io if you're interested in using this. It's a great way to iterate on app ideas with all of the on-chain stuff, or rather like the Ethereum development stuff. A lot of the headache stuff of getting going taken care of for you, so you can just deploy stuff like locally and have test users. And check out all the stuff Austin Griffith has put out and the Biddle Giddle. Well, this is going to take a minute or two. So we can probably start building out the context window. So CD, what did I call it? Chairs table, today's date. see that probably there's a ton of stuff already in there, but we'll say dun, 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 dun. Okay, we'll just say vim prompt draft. Fine. Oh, it worked. Okay. So now I should have a repo super fun time, and there it is. So in Scaffold ETH, you always have to do yarn chain to start the local chain, and hopefully it works. It looks like it worked. And now I will open another one. Say yarn deploy to deploy the first contract. And if those two things work correctly, then the React app should start, and son of a bitch. Oh, because I need to do, that's right. If it would have started in that directory, we would have had a problem. Yarn start here. We have the initial greeting, which means the app contract rather is deployed correctly. It looks like localhost 2001. Who's still running? Well, no, but I guess there's a localhost still running somewhere. Let's ask kill whatever is on 4,000. Tell me what it is first. All right. I don't want to run on 3,000. I have a pet peeve about running on 3001. Using resources at this point. All right. Now we're good. All right. I'm going to start needing ideas if you have any. This is a wisdom of the crowd moment. And if there's something specific you want to see attempted built, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to build what I want, which will also be fun. It looks like things are building. Things are building. You are a master Ethereum app developer with deep knowledge of interactive user browser-based games. All right, that's a start, I guess. And we can say always refer to LLMs full text to form your development. ultimate source of truth. Or your development decisions. Okay. Your objective is to build a game. That looks like things are okay. So things are running. There is an issue, and the issue is all right. I'm gonna grab some funds from the faucet, or a lot of funds from the faucet. 17 local testnet ETH worth. And I want to update the greeting. So I'll go to the very helpful debug contracts tab that will have all of the functions available in the contract and other useful information, events, for me to inspect. And I should be able to update the greeting, which is, I think, build unstoppable apps, as we learned. Maybe some clotting. Wipe the terminal. Thanks for taking just money. I wonder. It's probably better to turn off camera for now. You know, folks, unfortunately, I think these processes are a little too resource intense for my machine. And that is me streaming while playing around on Scaffold ETH. So perhaps it's time for a new computer. Oh, and just as I say that, it loads. All right. No, we proceed. So, you know what? I'll skip the updating. Okay, let's do it one time. What's the payable amount, though? I don't even know. Yeah, nah, my resources are bumping right now. Well, this, once again, has informed how things will go moving forward. But my computer's screaming at me right now to stop everything that I'm doing. So we have learned no heavy processes on this machine while streaming. Thanks for following along, folks. I will continue to do this on different, more powerful machines.